So hello and welcome back to the channel, where today we're doing something a little bit different. We're here at Immersive Esports today, Dubai's newest sim racing esports venue, where they've kindly let me use one of their simulators to try out F1 2022, to try out the brand new 2023 Alfa Romeo Formula 1 car. We're going to do it at Bahrain because the race is this weekend, and I thought it'd be fun to give it a chance. So cool to do it on one of these simulators, in one of the RS Tech simulation simulators with a Cube Controls F Pro wheel and a SimiCube Ultimate Pro. This is far beyond anything that I have at home, so it's awesome to get to try it. And as you can see, sat in the F1 seating position. Now, by no means am I an F1 driver, or do I drive F1 2022, but we're going to do our best around Bahrain. Firstly, how cool is it of Alfa Romeo to put this car into the game for us all to try ahead of the Bahrain Grand Prix this weekend. So coming into turn 1, been a while since I've driven anything like an F1 car. Hard on the brakes, down to second maybe. This is a wildly different experience to playing it on my single 24-inch monitor. At home we've got a massive 49-inch Samsung Odyssey monitor, which, especially for F1 2022, means that I can see both of my mirrors, and it makes me feel like you're right in the cockpit. Paired with the actual seating position of an F1 car, you get a real sense of immersion, unlike anything you would get at home. And I don't know if you can hear it, but just listen to the shifter click on this Cube Controls wheel. It is so cool. Try and hang it around at full pace. Obviously I'm not a big driver of the F1 games. I do think they simulate an F1 season, not driving experience, really well. And for Alfa Romeo to open up their brand new C43, is that what it's called? Which I think is one of the best looking F1 cars this year. That black and red livery really stands out. So let's try and go for a flying lap of sorts, hard onto the brakes into T1. Hopefully this weekend we're going to see a lot of moves into there, hopefully from Mr. Valtteri Bottas in the Alfa Romeo. DRS on, down into, I think this is turn 3 technically. Hard on the brakes, just, oh, that's a lot trickier than it looks. Let me tell you about Immersive Esports quickly. They're a brand new sim racing venue, opened up in Al Barsha in Dubai, with over 25 different simulators for you to come and try as we go way too wide on that corner, including 17 of these F1 style simulators, all running Race Room. And if you've seen anything recently I've recently got back into Race Room because of the work that they've done on the game in the last couple of years. It's one of the most underrated simulators on the market now. They've got full broadcast packages, so you can come and do full multiplayer races, watch them back like you were racing in real life. And then downstairs they've got a host of other cool things, a VR set with a moving treadmill, a couple of full motion simulators running ACC and direct drive wheels, and then a couple of Gran Turismo sims with some CSL DDs. I mean, as a sim racing fan, there's not much more you could want under one building when it comes to sim racing. Now, in terms of the car we're driving, I'm not sure if it's that much different in terms of actual handling. Obviously, what we've seen from testing this year is that most of the cars look a little bit more stable. F1 2022 is maybe not the most stable game. Definitely a bit slippery. I think I am running with traction control on here. Definitely. But, you know, I'm not an F1 Esports driver, so, well, if I was an F1 Esports driver, I'd be running cheats right now, but this is fantastic. But this is a very, very cool experience. This is... People often ask and wonder whether it should be triples, ultra-wides, or single screen. Obviously, I run a 24-inch single screen, so... But I've got great experience with triples. I've never really messed around with an ultra-wide. I like the idea of an ultra-wide because of how simple it is to set up. And this is pretty immersive, I'd say. Hence the the name of the company. Oh, big snap oversteer there. But yeah, this is a fantastic way to drive an F1 car. There's something that about just being in the right seating position, with an F1 style rim, just makes you feel so much more immersed. And I always say that sim racing isn't always about going the fastest as possible. It's about enjoying yourself, and I get enjoyment out of being really immersed into a sim and feeling like I'm Valtteri Bottas minus the mustache and mullet. Pretty good fun. We're going to do one more lap of this Bahrain GP circuit, see if we can beat our time, and then I think that's all we'll have time for. Right, so that's... not particularly familiar with Bahrain as a racetrack. Great racetrack, just never really driven there. Excited to see the wet go there as well as F1 this year. Right, we need a good exit out of this corner so we can fire it down the straight. Here we go. My flying lap. DRS open. Stick to the left, find your braking marker. It's quite hard to see past the halo. Hard on the brakes. Down into second gear. You can touch that curb on the inside, I think. And then try and get the power down. It's counting as an invalidation, but I don't care anyway. Here we go. This is the trickiest corner, I think. Because you can carry way more speed through there. I'm just not very good, and I'm quite slow. Yeah, this is... this is very, very awesome. DRS on, down the back straight. See some nice overtaking into this left-hander up here this weekend, I'm sure of it. Way too slow through there, but I am slightly up on my time. Coming into the last few corners here. That's such a great corner to take in an F1 car because you just have so much downforce to use. Alright, final corner coming up here, and then we'll be across the line, and that'll be our time up with the Alfa Romeo 2023 F1 car. As we come across the line, we're going to be a second and a half up, but it won't count. There we go, across the line. Wow, what a fun little experience there. If you're looking to drive something like an F1 car in the sim, sat like an F1 driver, Immersive Esports is definitely the place to be. Great simulators, great setup, and good people all around. But that'll do it for a quick short one. If you enjoyed the video, why not consider subscribing? Or if you'd like to follow me on any of my other socials, they'll be down in the description below. And until I see you on the next video, it's goodbye from me, Gavin out.